Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching the replay.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire
TGIF. The grind includes Friday, baby. TGIF. Hold up.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right, all right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good. TGIF, baby. The grind includes Friday. Somebody give it to me in the comments. TGIF. The grind includes Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else be getting hyped for the weekend because they're building this whole life based around distraction and escapism. We get hyped for the weekend because this is the time, especially if you're still working, you still got a job. You know, I say your business is your real thing. You got a job on the side. You know what I'm saying? And if you're still out here building your business while you have a job on the side, you're excited for the weekend because this is your time to get it on, right? So let them know where you're from. Let them know where you're from. We're going to get this party started in just a couple of seconds. Because, you know, they always say to know thyself is the beginning of all power. To know thyself is the beginning of all power. Well, we're going to learn ourselves a little bit this morning. What's up, Jess? My man Arsenio in the house. My man Dex. That's right. The grind includes Friday, Jamila. You feel me, Ebony? Let's get it, Morose. Okay, Big Jeff. My man Luca. My man Luca Brazzi in the house. What up, Trina? All right, we're going to get this party started. Yeah, the grind includes Friday. Let's get it, D-Money. Let's get it, D-Money. Let's go, Ezra. Let's go. Let's go. Lorinda in the house. Okay. Check it out, man. I see we got a lot of entrepreneurs in the house today. You know, what I'm going to do is if you join our newsletter, I'm going to give you a whole system for pre-closing. You know, a lot of times we focus on what to say afterwards. What can we say that'll just cause some mysticism and make the person want to, you know, agree to the deal we just now offered. But a lot of times it comes down to pre-closing. So if you join the newsletter right now, if you go to wearemillionaireminded.com right now, then I'll make sure that you get a special little thing at 3:30 that's going to give you how to pre-close your people. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If y'all on the newsletter, y'all know what I'm talking about. Every week on the newsletter, we give you mindset, skill set, and heart set. The whole newsletter is split up into these 3 sections. And, you know, we give you like a little segment on mindset. You can read the whole thing. And what it take y'all? Probably like 7 minutes. But before you know it, man, you have a whole new approach. So I think you're going to like it a lot. Mindset, skill set, and heart set. You know, that's what we teach every morning on Good Morning Millionaire. You know, people love the fact that I went from sleeping in my car, you know, to having this multi-million-dollar net worth. But it all started with your mindset. It all starts with your mindset. So this morning, right, enough shameless self-promotion. This morning, what we're talking about is how to know thyself a little bit more. Self-discovery. You know, that has a lot to do with your personal power, self-discovery. So what I'm going to do for the next couple minutes, we're going to be out of here about 7:45. Y'all know we try to get out of here in 15 minutes every day. But I'm going to give you 10 questions you can ask yourself that will allow you to pull from them a lot of personal power. Since the beginning of time, you know, man has had this existential kind of question right there at the forefront of his mind, like who am I, right? That's one of the existential questions. Then we get into why am I here? You know, what does it all mean, right? But when you start thinking about like, who am I? What I got for you is 10 questions because we're leading into the Kaizen Academy next Saturday. Next Saturday, we're going to go hard on mental toughness. Next Saturday's class, we're probably going to start it a little bit early just so you can still get out of there at a decent time. But we're going to give you some power this upcoming next Saturday, not tomorrow, but next Saturday after that. This next Kaizen Academy is going to be a beast. But what I want you to get into right now, okay, is the fact that if you write these 10 questions in your power book, it's going to give you some personal power. It's going to help you learn yourself a little bit. So each one of these questions, I want you to kind of jot them down in your notes, or make sure you save this broadcast. Make sure you save this training so that you're able to refer back to this and jot it down when you have time to take notes. So I'm going to give them to you. These are 10 different questions that everybody can ask themselves to get personal power instantly. Here's the first one I got for you. What about myself do I like the most? What about myself do I like the most? What about myself do I like the most, y'all? You know, you got to realize probably one of the most important things that you got in front of you living this life right here is looking for inner peace, right? Inner peace is the real bag. You hear me? But you're never going to have inner peace without acceptance. All elevation, all revolution usually comes from revelation, right? Revolution normally happens after revelation. And what I'm saying to you is that the number one thing that you got to reveal to yourself is that you are enough. That you are enough. Check it out, man. It is absolutely impossible for you to achieve inner peace without accepting yourself. You know, you always hear me say the only peace the monk finds on the mountain is the peace the monk brings to the mountain. Wherever you go, there you are. You hear what I'm saying to you? Wherever you go, there you are, baby. So you've got to ask yourself, what about yourself do you like and appreciate the most? And just by you writing down a list of these things that you like about yourself, you start to create self-acceptance. You start to create self-acceptance. Am I making sense? Here's the second one I got for you. Here's the second one I got for you. What aspects of my life do I want to see a change happen? In what aspects of my life do I want to see a change occur? See, because just as important as knowing the quote unquote positive things about yourself, what's equal necessary is for you to kind of be able to ask yourself, where are my opportunities for improvement? Where are my opportunities for improvement? Now you're improving the quality of yourself. Because never forget, we have to become before we'll do so we can have, right? That burning bush, when that burning bush was talking to Moses, it ain't say, I do that I do, right? It ain't say, I have that I have. It was like, I am that I am, right? So for us to become, right? Like we're humans becoming, right? I don't be like we human beings. I'd be like, we're humans becoming, right? We need to know in what direction we mashing. What direction are we moving, baby? Here's the third one I got for you. Here's the third one. What are my fears? What are my fears? You know, a lot of us be forgetting this part. We feel so happy in the mornings. We doing our affirmations and all of that. But let me tell you what some of the biggest milestones of your life will be. Let me tell you what's really going to make you proud of yourself on your deathbed. Check it out. It's when you confronted some fears. It's when you confronted some fears. You hear me? What are you insecure about? What can you do to conquer these fears? What can you do to conquer these insecurities? Well, I'm going to tell you the first thing. The first thing that you need to do is be able to recognize the fears, right? After you're able to recognize the fears, then you can ask yourself, you know, hey, where is this coming from? Right? Where is this coming from? You know, in emotional intelligence, right? Yeah, number 3 is what are my fears? So far, hold on. I'll recap in a minute. Yeah, I got you. All right. So in emotional intelligence, what they teach you is that the first step to it all is being able to identify your own emotions. Identify your own emotions. You know how sometimes I throw this thing up here, right? right? This feelings wheel, because it allows you to identify the basic emotions and then go deeper into why you feel that way. Right in the center of the wheel, you see the basic fundamental emotions. But then as you start to peel it off, it's like, okay, I'm angry, but what why, why? What needs aren't being met? And on the left side is your feelings when needs aren't being met. And on the right side is your feelings when your needs are being met. And each one has its polar opposite. So the yellow on one side, the exact opposite is the yellow on the other side. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. But the first level of emotional intelligence is being able to identify your own emotions. And then, of course, it's being able to manage them. Then there's being able to identify emotions in other people. Then it's being able to manage relationships. And then that fifth level is being able to motivate yourself to do the things you know you need to do. Because when you don't do it, what you say is, I don't feel like doing it. Huh? All right. So to recap, number one was, what about myself do I like the most? Number two is, what aspects of my life do I want to see change in? Number three is, what are my fears? And as Ralph Waldo Emerson told us, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. Fear is only as deep as the mind allows, right? Check it out. Number four is, what am I grateful for? Somebody say, what am I grateful for? And give me a share. You got to count your blessings if you're really going to learn yourself. If you're really going to understand who you are, you got to recognize how you seem to say you're grateful for, uh, the birds outside and how they sing to you every morning. And you mentioned that before you said you were grateful for, you know, one of one of your loved ones is still being alive. Or maybe you did it vice versa. The point is, you can learn a lot about yourself by noticing what you're grateful for, right? This is one of the most important virtues you have as a human becoming, right? Your gratitude. In order to understand, though, and appreciate all the things that you hold dear, first you got to ask yourself, what are these things? Who are these people, right? That I should be thankful for. Now you're able to access the people that mean the most to you, right? Who's been there for you in times of deeper kind of like happenings and circumstances in your life, despair even, right? Dare I use the word despair? Who's been there for you, right? Imagine having a list of the people that you're grateful for, of the resources that you're grateful for, of the abilities that you're grateful for, of the experiences that you're grateful for. Just imagine it. Here's number five. Am I happy doing what I'm currently doing? Am I happy doing what I'm currently doing? Another life-changing question, right? Everybody got to ask themselves periodically. Like my therapist was just breaking down how, there's this whole thing in relationships they call the 7-year itch. They're talking about how the 7th year of a relationship, a lot of times, there's this whole thing that people say where that's the hardest year of a relationship. Well, check it out. What my therapist was breaking down was that at the end of the day, you got to redo that contract, because everybody needs to make sure they're still happy doing what they're currently doing. You're a whole nother person. 7 years done passed. Everybody has to ask themselves periodically, though, are you actually happy doing what you're currently doing? Is it really what you wanted to be doing? Or are you following the instructions of somebody else? Did someone else dictate to you this life? Are you hearing a voice in your head that sounds like your mama or your daddy? And you're living your whole life based on what they said you should have did, or what they said you could have did, or what they said you shouldn't do or couldn't do. It's time to ask ourselves some questions. You know what I'm saying? It's time to ask ourselves some questions, right? What can be done to change this? Here's number 6 I got for you. What are the most important things I've learned in life? That's number 6. What are the most important things I've learned in life? I tell you to keep notes from these classes every morning. There's no way you'll be different next year this time if you're here 5 days a week, right? But what are the most important things that you've learned? What are the most important things you've learned in life? I told you if you join the email thing, like you see how this is going along down here, right? If you join the email list today, I'm gonna send you out this whole little. It's like the simplest system ever. It's gonna make your presentations much quicker. It's gonna make your closing much easier because you're gonna pre-close them using this simple system I'm gonna send you, right? So you're always learning stuff. But what are the most important things that you've learned so far in life? Okay. Which of these lessons have been life changing? What changes have you brought about, whether they're positive or negative, based on these lessons? Number 7, who inspires me the most? Who inspires me the most? Somebody write that one and give me a share. Who inspires me the most? Who inspires me the most? Check it out, man. And here's a follow-up to that one, right? And what is it that inspires me about them? What is it that inspires me about them? Kind of like what you chose to give gratitude for, right? You can learn a lot about yourself by asking, what is it about this person that inspires you? It's going to give you some really interesting perspective on what exactly you're working towards out here. It's interesting. What? It's going to give you some really interesting points of view on what you need to change about yourself if you're going to be so you can do, so you can have. If you're going to match their results, you're going to have to match their mentality. You're going to have to match their character. Ain't that interesting? If you want their results in that particular area, you got to match their mentality in that particular area. You got to match up with their character in that particular area. Am I making sense? Ain't that something? Here's number 8. Here's number 8 on that point. Here's number 8 on that point. How important is money to me? How important is money to me? How important is money to me? Interesting, right? Really important question. Really important question, right? Because if something else is more important, then what are you doing to make more of that happen in your life? If money is not a priority, it leads us naturally to the question of what is your current priority then? Right? Here's number 9. Where do I see myself in 5, 10, and 20 years? You're going to get a lot of power from this. You're going to get a lot of power from this. Where do I see myself in 5, 10, and 20 years? Because only when you can recognize and accept your goals, you hear me? Not just recognize your goals, but can you accept the fact that that's actually your goal? Are you willing to go ahead and admit that to yourself? Are you willing to admit to yourself? Are you willing to acknowledge your goals? Or are you scared to do it because you're like, what if I don't get it? But beautiful little butterfly, what if you do? Only when you recognize and accept your goals, like in a realistic way, right? And you start to break them down, so you see how maybe not how you're gonna get to step number 1,000, but you see step number 1, right? You can leave it all on the floor, right? You can give yourself the debt of dedication. And the last one I got for you is, what do I believe in? What do I believe in? What do I believe in is number 10. You know what I mean? A lot of times you be forgetting, but check it out, y'all. Marketing comes down to what do I believe? How do I prove it? I mean, what do I believe? What do I do about it? And then how do I prove to other people that that's what I do about it? That's all marketing is. In this whole world, you're marketing yourself. I don't care if it's for a job or if it's to your children, making sure that they follow your lead, right? You're marketing to them why they should make their bed. You know what I mean? So let's get into this. Number 1 is, what do I like about myself? You know what? Y'all can watch the replay. I ain't gonna go there. Y'all get it. Check it out. Join the newsletter tonight. It's time to get out of here, man. We done ran 5 minutes over. Join the newsletter, and I'm going to give you a whole vibe, man, on how to pre-close. So join the newsletter right now. Go to millionaireminded.com, millionaireminded.com. And in today's newsletter, I'm giving you a whole section. So at 3:30 p.m., you're going to get a whole little vibe on how to pre-close people and whatnot. That's the skill set section. Because every week we give you mindset, we give you heart set, and we give you skill set. But enough of me, man. It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Make sure that you take your cool off and party with us for a minute. Praise creates the atmosphere for miracles. Repeat after me. I am so happy and grateful